Mike,
That
look how
means
old
you
we
and I
are.
are old.
We are.
So I saw somewhere. So this year is my 30th high school reunion at the academy, right?
If only.
All right. So if Marty went back to the future now, he would go back to the year I was graduating high school. Now, go to the movie. In the movie, the first song he's hearing playing is Mr. Sandman. 1991, a little band called Metallica and released a song called Enter Sandman that we were all still cranking in 1993. So if Marty went back today, not only would he go back to my high school days, he'd go back with Enter Sandman playing with Metallica. So yeah, it's old. We are old.
I got you beat. We'd have to go back to Billy Madsen with Billy Squire and The Stroke.
Oh, my God.
Yeah, next year's my 40th. Okay,
I never would have put you a day over 50th. Ever. Would have. 60th, maybe. I don't know.
50th candle. Right. Good policies. Mike, you and I have had some wonderful chats over the past few years. And through those conversations, I have learned and our listeners have learned a lot of the intricacies of the insurance industry.
There's a lot more to go, so buckle up, Buttercup.
We talk personal, we talk business, we talk life, all kinds of insurance needs.
Yeah.
Something that I have found as a common denominator in every single one of our chats is there is no policy, no coverage out there that is one size fits all.
That's correct.
Everybody and every business is completely different. So insurance needs boils down to the intricate details. Am I learning properly here?
You are.
Let's talk about it.
Yeah, so there are differences between businesses. You could be a gas station, you could be a bar, you could be an insurance agency, you could be a radio station. You could have a 4-bedroom, 2-bathroom house, or you could have a 1-bedroom, 1.5-bath house, whatever. I mean, there's a million and one things in place. And everybody's coverage desires are different. So yes, details matter in all aspects of what we do. From the inception of coverage to maintaining coverage throughout. And so when I say details, I mean it's important for us to know all the drivers in the household if we're quoting your auto. It's important for us to know all dates of birth, driver's license numbers if you've had any infractions. The vehicles, it's important to know the details on that. It's important to know if you've had previous claims. You know, the more info you provide, the easier it is for us to provide a quote for you. But also, let's go further than the quoting process. And by the way, that I could give examples on the details being necessary for home, auto, business, and life insurance. But we don't need to go into that because it can be assumed, right? But now let's go to you have insurance and you are trading a vehicle. You know, a lot of people I find that I'm not criticizing because I do this. So this is the way I think, and I don't expect anybody else to think the way I think because God help us all if they did. But a lot of times I'll find people say, hey, I traded cars. I traded my red car for my blue car, you know, or, well, okay, what's the blue car? Well, I need the VINs, you know, I need the vehicle identification numbers. I need the year, make, and model. I need to know the date that you made the change. Is there a loan? Is there a lease? There's just so many more details than, hey, traded cars. Yeah, recently.
Well, I can tell you something that blew my mind in the past few years when it came to auto insurance coverage, okay? I went from a 1995 Ford Probe GT to a 1987 Porsche 928 S4. Now, anybody that knows anything about cars knows there's an amazing difference between those two cars.
Absolutely.
All right, now I obviously have full coverage on my insurance. My Probe, I was paying through my company right around $68 a month. I have to break it up over the month, okay?
Sure.
My Porsche, when I transferred my coverage, you would think that that would have been a significant change.
Yeah.
It actually went up like $8 a month.
Yep.
So there is a big difference.
There is a big difference.
But there is sometimes not a big difference.
Right. Like you might be surprised at that, but the beautiful part about it is the factors in play is that the year of the vehicle plays a big role in determining rate, and the symbol of the vehicle plays a big role in determining rate. And you're looking at actual cash value for the vehicle. So while you had a vehicle that certainly had more pick up and go and ready to rock and roll, it was an older car. So it had more of a depreciated value. So there's a lot of things at play, but details matter. By the way, you made me think of another one, claims. You know, you could feel that it wasn't your faults. It was the other person's faults. You can feel that way. It may not play out that way. And don't be surprised if it does. And again, it's something we're all guilty of. Like, it wasn't my fault. You know, I didn't do that. Well, you were the one backing up and even though that person was flying into the parking lot, you were the one backing up, and primarily the backing up party is going to be the party at fault. So the details matter, and the details are always something that needs to be evolving and being learned, whether you're an insurance agent trying to assess a risk, while you're a client trying to assess your needs, while you're a claims adjuster trying to assess a claim. The specifics matter. What do you do for work? Do you drive to and from work? Do you have a smoke alarm in your house, fire extinguisher in your house? I could go on all day. I'm not going to, but details matter. So be specific to the best of your ability.
That specific one that you just used, that example of backing in a parking lot, is the exact reason. I never had to claim for this, but is the exact reason I am parked the way I am parked out here right now, because I drive out blindly, not only past the back of the building, but the big red dumpster that's out there.
Yeah.
And people that are coming in to go to White's Market, they ain't looking.
Yeah. And don't forget, you could be turned. Which way do you turn, left or right?
I turn left.
Yeah. So you're turning left. So, so it's interesting. The industry, I didn't choose to be in it. I tell everybody, including people that are in this industry when I'm speaking to them, that insurance isn't something you choose. It's something that chooses you. So it's a very interesting industry that I'm in. I'm learning every single day. And I will tell you, the first thing that I realized that I needed to be on top of was details.
Well, you used an example of the symbol of a car, because there are cars that have this symbol, and that's basically a risk factor, kind of similar to your credit rating.
Yeah.
So we've got Joe at work. We were talking about ages going into this, okay? So Joe at work is 55,
Yep.
and Rachel at work is 27. And they're talking about insurance coverage. That's one of the details that makes a difference.
That's a huge detail. Huge detail. Even more so is if you're a 50-year-old talking to a 75-year-old. That 50-year-old's going to probably sound like they got a pretty kick-butt rate. So yeah, age matters, vehicles matter, vehicle use matters. You driving to work, to and from work, you don't work, you traveling for business, is it or a pleasure use rather? Is it an extra vehicle that you just use once in a blue moon, or is it a business vehicle? There's a million and one reasons that you need to look into the details.
And a million and one reasons why you need to have a conversation with your insurance agency.
Yes. That's why we ask all the questions. So give us a call, 748-5224. You can find us on Portland Street in St. Johnsbury, online, thebarrettagency.com. Google, Facebook, and YouTube. Look for Barrett Insurance Agency. And Jeff, a quick plug. It's not an NEK Can event per se, but there's an incredibly awesome event. The Cornhole Tournament, NEK Cornhole, is taking place this Sunday, I believe, at the Fenton Chester Arena, and we will be receiving that. That'll be money coming to the NEK Can organization. So we are wholeheartedly appreciative of the fact that that's happening. Go to our website, go to our Facebook page, go to NEK Can to get the details and support that this weekend.
Good policies, Magic in the Morning, 8:35 on Tuesdays. Daya's coming right